What's good, Humbl3 Fam? How about y'all come on in and let's have us another little visit here on the Humble Show. I am Grant Fletcher, joined, as always, by my two co-hosts, Moonbeam Hallows and Brandon Cox, and also being joined this week by the Claire Deadfield. How are we, everybody?
Woo!
Doing pretty cool.
Everybody's home and starting to rest up from the Preserve Halloween Fest?
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. I kind of feel the same way. Like, you know, we're getting ahead of this thing because we have Thanksgiving coming up this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know, we're doing the whole turkey coming up and all that stuff. But I feel like I'm still like catching up on sleep and trying to hydrate up and things like that. So, but you know, it's cool. We had a dope time. How'd everybody do?
Pretty darn good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see Claire. I know you had mentioned something, but I guess it was just like I didn't realize when I turned it on, her sweet face was going to be there, and I'm so happy.
Yeah.
We get to see Claire.
Well, I didn't know that you didn't know, but like when I was leaving and I was like saying bye to everybody, I'm like, bye, Brandon. I'll talk to you on Tuesday. Or I said Thursday because we forgot.
Yeah. And I was like, I wanted to say, holy, that's Thanksgiving, but I was like, you know what? She's got that dedication. I'm not going to stop her.
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
I had been meaning to even tell y'all about like, oh yeah, let's figure out a different day of the week to record this week. And then I was like, yeah, I just forgot to do that part. So, and then Claire, you were the one who were like, you know, Thursday is Thanksgiving, right? And I was like, oh yeah, I was supposed to figure that out, and I just didn't figure that out. So, anyway, here we are on Tuesday night recording the follow up to the Preserve Halloween Fest. So hey,
hi,
all right. Well, I mean, so Moonbeam, y'all got back last night, yeah?
Yeah, we got home last night about 8:30. And just crashed.
Yeah.
I fell asleep sitting up on this couch.
I believe
it was a really good weekend. I loved the hell out of it. But yeah, and that's like I think one of the first times I've ever done that. I'm someone who can't sleep on a plane, can't sleep in a car.
Yeah.
And but by golly, did I fall asleep like a grandpa last night.
I mean, that's me too. I typically can't do that as well. Claire, I feel like you were the closest one out of all of us, though, right? To the show.
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half drive.
Oh, nice.
So I mean, but also like after talking to people, it makes you very weirdly hungry. I was like, I need pizza before I go home.
Yeah.
Like I just need I need food. Like I just need to punish myself just a little bit more.
Where did you guys go?
Oh, Mellow Mushroom.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. No, I was like, I want fun.
I love Mellow Mushroom, and there used to be one in Jackson, and
now it's Korean barbecue.
Yeah, it's not
that still
the same.
Slaps though.
Yeah, but it's
but no, that's the thing.
It is not what I was looking for.
Oh, I like told myself this weekend, I was like, man, I'm gonna eat good this weekend. I'm gonna be healthy. I'm gonna get like good sleep. I'm gonna do all the things you're supposed to do. I did.
Yeah, we all tell each other these sorts of lies in order to cope with life, and those are some pretty good ones.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
No.
I mean, I think I did. I could have done worse. Let's just say it that way. I could have done a lot worse than what I actually did.
Oh.
Who was
somebody was telling me to stay hydrated, and I told him, I said I only drink purple water, and yeah, I had the same bottle of purple water all weekend. So
what is purple water?
Plenty of it's a bottle of water with grape
purple in it.
With like purple flavoring.
Oh, like that Neo stuff or whatever.
Tastes like purple.
Codeine.
But I mean, I had plenty of coffee and energy drinks this weekend.
When we wrapped the Alabama Comic-Con a couple months ago, we like left the venue and we went over to the hotel, and we're sitting in the lobby, and Moonbeam goes, "Oh, you want some of this Kim Kardashian energy drink? It tastes like chemicals."
It does.
I was like, "Oh, you're really putting in a lot of work to sell that energy drink for us." Thank you. So, Claire, tell us about. Let's see. So you showed up and you judged our costume contest. You were one of our amazing judges that we had on stage for the costume contest on Saturday. And it was cool because you showed up wearing a Lydia, a Beetlejuice cosplay. Which is rad.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one I actually bought from Mick Costumes on Amazon. I was actually working on a Pennywise, and I found out somebody was very, very scared of Pennywise. I was like, oh snap.
Yes.
I don't want to do that. And I was like,
That is so sweet of you. I didn't know that you had seen Vic's post.
Oh, Vic told me it's because I was talking to Strangecat. I'm like, oh yeah, what are you thinking? What am I thinking? Blah blah blah. And it's like, I was like, oh, I'm working on a Pennywise. I'm dying some stuff, Greg. So I was going Bill Skarsgård-y. And then it's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, okay. But it's funny because I have a Lydia styled wig, and I realized that my hair is just like this. And I was like, why do I even wear wigs anymore if I'm just cosplaying dark-haired goth girls with bangs? I'm like, I'm just gonna style my own hair and save myself the hell.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice. Well, it looked great, honestly.
Hey,
like
it did.
you pulled it off. Like I said, I like that you were able to make that adjustment at the last minute too. You know what I mean? Like you're very flexible like that. Well, like because so it was Vic of Strangecat, right?
Yeah, she doesn't. I mean, they don't like the.
They don't like clowns.
Well, I think it's
Pennywise.
Specifically Pennywise from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
They can't
like both versions.
Can't do that.
I didn't ask about both versions.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
because they said Spalding was okay. So
okay, yeah.
Because I was a clown day too.
Yeah, that was.
It's specifically it.
Yeah,
it's specifically Pennywise.
Well, I guess it kind of made sense to you because Vic was, a horror character on Saturday, but not like a. It was like a you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's it. All right, end of the show, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Humbl3 Fam out there. No, the glam rock Five Nights at Freddy's character. So it was a very like bright, colorful character, even though it was from like a horror franchise, though.
Vic loves Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I even made the joke during the costume contest because, Claire, you were wearing that red bridal dress, and then Breezy Bowser, who was another one of the guests, was sitting next to you, and she had more kind of a Christmassy, demony, kind of Krampusy sort of thing going on.
We were at the red sofa,
and y'all were both red, so you two were sitting next to each other. And then on the other couch, on the other side of the stage, was Vic and this glam rock, Five Nights at Freddy's type of character. And then, next to them was Carley, who was a Xenobite from
Hellraiser.
Anyway, Hellraiser, whatever it is.
Which looked amazing.
Yeah, and she had like her whole eyes were like both of her eyes were all blacked out, like you couldn't tell like exactly where she was looking. It was very eerie looking. So the two of them were sitting next to each other. So I was like, oh, this is the red couch over here, and then this is the juxtaposition couch on the other side over here.
I think she said that was an original Cenobite. That wasn't from the new movie. That was her own invention version.
You know what? I thought that might be the case. Because of the fact that I couldn't really place the character. And I knew it didn't. I knew the new ones from that like new series they didn't look quite like the original ones either. But she looked like kind of. Her look was more like the originals. You know what I mean? So it was pretty cool. So
she made some joke about it being a fashion-y kind of one, going, "This is what happens to you if you go and you use somebody else's fabric scissors for something else," kind of thing.
Like paper.
Dun dun dun.
That's awesome. Well,
Coming to get you.
Who all did you meet over the weekend that you thought was really cool?
Well, I was, for one, super, super sad about Final Girl Fest back in July. Yeah. Because I think that was the month it was. But I was really excited that Katie Featherston was still coming. So I was like, yes.
And Carolyn Williams. Did we decide if it was Carolyn or Caroline?
I said Caroline all weekend and no one corrected me. She didn't correct me. And I think I heard her say Caroline at some point.
It's spelled Caroline, but I keep hearing people say Carolyn.
I think that's just a thing people do.
I mispronounced names and series and all sorts of stuff this weekend, and you know what? I did my best, so I'm proud of myself.
It is. It's well established on the show that I can't pronounce people's last names. So, but first names I think I'm pretty solid on. So I'm going to say Caroline.
Just do that Steve Brule slur. It just is like, oh, and this is Just completely butchered the last name,
which is
on
probably
purpose.
really comforting for Moonbeam and Greg to hear because I'm the guy with the microphone most of the time. So,
Hey, yeah, me too.
Hey, we wouldn't even know.
Brandon,
You're
you know
always
something really funny. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but it actually came up. You know, Lar Park Lincoln was there. I was talking to her because she came in just for Sunday, right? So, and I was talking to her the next day. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting Adam Grant, blah blah blah." I'm talking to her, and she was like, and this is a conversation, Brandon, that happens all the time, and I don't know if I've ever told you this, but you know, they'll go, "Oh yeah, and you're the guy who's been making all the announcements in here too." And I always have to tell them like, no, that's Brandon. And like, let me tell you something. Like 50% of the time, whenever I tell them this, as I'm telling them that, you come on the PA and start making an announcement. I'm like, see, I told you it wasn't
That's
me. It was Brandon.
proof.
Yeah. But it's good. So evidently, you and I sound enough like we're brothers or something like that. I guess that.
I mean, yeah, we could be. I mean, and I would be proud to call you a brother, but
Hey.
I actually, I think for maybe the first time, one of our very, very, held in high esteem guest, Doug Jones. He is America's sweetheart,
Yes.
I believe. Shirley Temple, she's no longer with us, and then Doug Jones replaced her. He's America's sweetheart. He, from what I understand, was very complimentary of me. I can't quite remember what he said, so I'm going to phrase it in the way that I would. Basically, he said he was like, yeah. Everywhere I go, the announcer has donkey mouth, and I can't understand what they're saying. Brandon here does not have donkey mouth, and I appreciate that.
Did he? Wait a minute. Did he? He didn't say donkey mouth.
Look, I don't think we're gonna get in trouble if we say that he did.
Did he?
No.
Well,
wait. So he didn't say it. I feel like
I always get banjo mouth when I talk. It's like, oh, she's got banjo mouth.
I don't even. I feel like I know what donkey mouth is, and I also feel like I'm not 100% clear on what donkey mouth is. But
I'm just smiling and laughing. I'm like, yeah, totally.
Yeah, part of me just wants to let it lie.
Come on, Brandon, tell us.
Huh? I guess it's the polar opposite of what I have. I don't know.
True. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Yeah.
The opposite of Brandon. Just picture whatever the opposite of Brandon is, and that's what donkey mouth is. Sounds good.
I'd be like, okay, Google.
Yeah.
Claire, I like that you brought up Katie Featherston too, because her panel was really fun.
Yes.
Because, I had never even thought about it, but she was like, the problem I've had is that like people really thought that elements of that were like documentary-esque. And she was like, they're like, oh yeah, so your husband Mika, and she's like, no, that's not my husband. We were that was a movie. We didn't really do that. I also thought it was really cool that because they had filmed the movie and they put it in some film festivals and things like that, but it took a while for it to go wide, like she said, and they said they were going to do it, so it was going to go wide. So she puts in her 2 weeks notice at this restaurant she's working at.
Boca de Beppo.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Boca de Beppo, that's right.
Yeah.
And then she's like, she said it like a million times. And
wait, hold on. What kind of restaurant is this?
It's an Italian chain restaurant.
Oh yeah. I've never been, but I will take your word for it because she said it like everyone should know what it is, and then like, and no one questioned it, so whatever. But she said there was like a few days.
Based. Yeah.
What's that?
I know she's DFW based, and I wanted to ask, but not be like too stalkery. Be like, there has to be more than one Boca de Beppo. But I'm like, were you in Frisco, Texas? Because that would have been hilarious. Because my husband grew up in Frisco. I'm like, oh snap! I could have met you, but I don't know if it was Frisco. Oh, like she's this movie theater, mall, Boca de Beppo. I'm like, how many are there out there in DFW? I'm like,
yeah, because she
could have had a chance.
She did say she's from Dallas, so I don't know, but but she said there's like a period of a few days where like she was waiting tables in this restaurant that was right next to the movie theater that was playing the movie, and people would come in like after the movie and be like, I feel like
you look a lot like that chick.
Yeah, exactly.
I really wonder if I know that exact location because that'd be hilarious.
You probably do.
Okay. You can go find her Employee of the Month plaque somewhere deep in the back.
But I would like to work with her again. She was a lot of fun. I thought she was pretty cool. I thought her panel was really good. Mm-hmm. We had some good questions, which is always always a really, really good time. So And now we're back. And you know what's funny? Brandon, you said a little bit earlier, you were like, you know, the whole brother comment. And I was like, well, now I just feel like you're getting ready for Kayfabe Fest in January.
Absolutely. You know I am.
Because they all just call each other brother.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
They do. They do.
Didn't Austin call you a jabroni the other day on the podcast? No, he called you a. Started with a J.
Huh?
Who called who or what?
Oh, when we Must Die called you a.
Oh, probably a Gibraltar.
No, yeah, he called him.
Oh, he called you a. I thought he called you a jabroni.
No. You have to. You have to like sidestep these sorts of things that you know is expected to come out of your mouth. That's why he said. That's why he called me a Gibraltar.
What?
You got to keep him guessing. Like,
You do
is
have
he
to
really
keep him
that
guessing.
dumb, or is he really saying the thing right now to make me laugh? Either way, I'm laughing.
Right. Yeah. Because, you know, you very easily could be. I mean, I feel like if you are a Gibraltar, it probably stands a reason you're. I don't know much about what that actually is. I've only really heard it in wrestling terms, so I'm not really sure. But
Jabroni or Gibraltar?
Jabroni. They don't say Gibraltar in pro wrestling that much. It's not.
No, I didn't
it's
think
not a
so.
term you hear a lot in wrestling.
That's a mistake.
Lingos. Yeah. Yeah. I guess
Macaulay
so.
Culkin was in a movie called Rocket Gibraltar when he was a little kid.
What?
Macaulay Culkin was in a movie called Rocket Gibraltar.
You said Macaulay Culkin. I was talking when you first started saying that, and I thought you said Hulk Hogan. And I was like, what are you talking about?
I believe that completely.
They're both in it.
They're both. Hulk,
Yes.
Macaulay, here's the thing. It's this crazy team up that no one's ever heard of. Oh, y'all wait till we get to the movie ladder later because I got a team up for you.
Oh God, no!
For you.
Your trivia is so hard. I'm scared.
I don't know. We'll see
so
what happens.
hard.
We'll see
It's
what happens, y'all.
ridiculous.
Let's not judge it too harshly. We'll, and Claire may come in and spoil the whole thing as far as because we're trying to break a tie from like 2 weeks ago, but.
That is true.
I digress. But no, I was saying to Moonbeam over the weekend, and Greg, I was like, what we need to do is we need to have a costume contest, even if it's just like our masquerade, because we do the kids, we do the masquerade, and then we do the craftsmanship contest. Even if it's just the masquerade, we need to do a costume contest for Kayfabe Fest because I want to see how many people would come up. But maybe like what we do is we just limit it to be like, oh, it's only luchador costumes. Like that's it. You have to be a luchador.
That'd be fun, actually.
I feel like that's a lot to ask though, because like
I feel like that's a lot to ask.
Like a luchador, I've never seen a half-assed luchador costume, and it's always very well fitting, very flashy, a lot of personality put into every aspect of it. I think that's a lot to ask of Philadelphia, Mississippi.
It'll be a bunch of people with like Walmart sacks on their heads.
Yeah, and they can't breathe because they have a Walmart sack on their head, but they don't. Hey man, you gotta pull this
baby.
Off.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We might just make a general one here. Claire, if you were to cosplay any pro wrestler, who would it be?
I don't follow wrestling. I'm not gonna lie. Anytime that people are like wrestling, I'm like
3 that you know of, right?
Yeah.
You know Sting.
You know Sting.
Yes,
Do you that?
sure.
You do? She's like, sure.
You mentioned Hulk Hogan a second ago.
John Cena and just
yeah, John Cena. As I'm like looking at my phone, I'm like,
Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock, yeah. What about the Macho Man? Do you know about? I mean, the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Right? I feel bad because there's one female wrestler that I know, and I met her, and she was really nice. But her name sounds similar to a pizza place in DFW, and I know that's not her wrestler name. It's like
Is
no.
It Peppo? Is that her name?
Talking about Sabaro?
It's like Rosa.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
There's a first name.
Thunder Rosa?
It's not Taverna. Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Rosa. Yes, Thunder Rosa. Sorry, there's also a Taverna Rosa, which is a pizza place. That's like no, that's not her name. And that's where my brain goes every single time.
Gotcha.
I'm like,
that
no.
makes sense now, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, if you don't know who
Thunder Rosa.
Danhausen is, you should check out Danhausen. I feel like, but he's more of just like a character. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Then he is just like a wrestling personality. But
my
he's dope.
Knowledge is limited.
We worked with Danhausen a couple times. He's dope. He's fun.
Yeah.
He's real cool. So. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it, and now we only really touched on it a little bit, but the Preserve Halloween Fest is going to be moving to Savannah next year. So, and the Preserve Halloween Fest, the Instagram, I haven't looked at this venue yet, but y'all posted a picture today, I think, as we're recording this, of what the venue looks like. Is that the venue that's like right on the water?
Yeah.
That is the venue? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That thing is really
I'm
cool.
jumping straight into that water. I don't know what body of water that is, but I love the look of it.
Well, it's well-established fact that if there is a body of water, Brandon's getting in it. And doesn't really matter what it is or where it is or whatever, or even how deep it is. Brandon's going in.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll be fun.
Before we move on, we might be talking about next year's show a little bit, but I need to say one thing that nobody probably really cares about, but the one thing about this past show that kind of blew my mind.
All right.
2 items were lost the entire time, and both were returned within moments.
I wondered about that because I usually end up with a box of lost and found.
We will end up with items like birth certificates with $1,000 stapled to it, like across the top, like their social security card on it, and I'll say their name over and over again. It'll be a very specific name, and no one will ever come for it. And I just have to turn this in. It'll be items with names on them, and everybody just, I guess, hears the name over the intercom, over the overhead, and they're just like, well, I guess somebody else in this venue has that name because I don't lose anything, and they just continue about their life.
Yeah, there's always a cell phone or a set of keys or a wallet with money.
Let me be sure to pronounce this correctly. Congoers are the losingest people on earth. Not they are not losers, but they are the losingest.
Yeah, they're very loose with their possessions at the convention. One time, Brandon and I worked at an event. I don't know if we told this story. You know where I'm going with this already, don't you, Brandon? No? We worked at an event for some other company one time, and someone lost their wallet. And you know what I'm talking about, Brandon?
Yes, I have the picture here.
Oh, he's got a picture of it. Okay, we can't show the picture because
should I continue the story?
But
should I continue it because I have the name?
No. You tell the story then. You go off.
So one of the volunteers pulls up to the merch table and says, "Hey," and he gives me an ID and a credit card. He's like, "Hey, this was found out. This was found out in the parking lot." And I was like, I looked at it and I looked at the ID to make sure that it had like the reflection thing on it, and I took a look at the credit card. I'm like, "You got to be messing with me, dude." And he said, no, this is absolutely real. And like he's a guy who jokes around. He was very solemn because he saw the name. He saw how ridiculous it was.
He knew what he was getting into.
He knew. And so I get the mic. I'm like, "Hey, event name here. Got some lost items here. Would a Richard D. Nutt please come to the official merch booth? You have lost something. Would Richard D. Nutt?" His name was Dick Nutt. And to this day, and I probably shouldn't, I actually do have like on his credit card, my thumb is over the pertinent information. But yeah, Richard D. Nutt, old double D Nutt, is he's in my phone forever because I will never forget that name.
Someone did not do well in high school.
Probably not. Man. Probably not. And I think Brandon even like asked the cop that was on duty, like, "Will you please look at this and tell me that this is not a fake ID?" And the cop was like, "No, it's real. That's a real ID."
Yeah.
So people be losing stuff, man. People just losing stuff.
Like so many wallets with like $300 in them with no ID. Like it is a wallet. It is like a new wallet, like one that barely folds open, with just $300 in it and nothing else. No receipts. No nothing. Just, and I'm like, I really hope somebody comes for this.
Like,
and there's not even some dishonest guy who's like, "Hey, yeah, I lost something." So I can be like, "Well, it just so many crazy things lost that nobody comes and gets.
It's like,
You remember when we used to do the well, we still do, but some venues the security does the prop check and bag check and weapons check.
Yeah.
But you remember when we first started out, like we would take everybody's lighters, their knives, their vapes, and it would just be stacked.
Yeah.
Stacked upon stacks of boxes full of lighters and vapes and knives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a center console full of lighters from all that. Man, I had a Dale Earnhardt lighter that somebody took from me, and I can no longer praise Dale like I used to.
Story with wings.
It's like you lose your Dale lighter, and that's the end of the story there. What are you going to do?
Pretty much. I'm never going to be able to be a stepdad.
Jesus.
So yeah, Savannah next year. Yeah.
Savannah next year is gonna be
Awesome.
great, y'all. Check this out. That's gonna be awesome, man. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I've never been to Savannah before. Savannah seems pretty dope to me, so I want to check it out. And like Greg said, or whoever makes the Instagram and Facebook post.
It was Greg.
It was Greg. You know, a lot of supposedly a lot of ghosts and haunted things around Savannah. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of haunted stuff around the South in general, I guess. But
in addition, to the east of Savannah is a little island called Tybee Island. I went there a few years ago.
Oh yeah, you did. That was
I'd never heard of it, and
you had a good time.
I had a fantastic time. It was wonderful. The entire time I called that island Tibby Island, and no one corrected me. Like for 4 days. Talking to locals, talking to everybody. This Tibby Island is pretty great. Nobody corrected me.
Yeah, they probably just expect you to say it wrong at that point in time, is what it is.
They saw my face. They know who I am.
They knew you were lost.
Yep. If it makes you feel better, I was like maybe 9 or 10, and my family went to Tarpon Springs in Florida.
Yeah,
I definitely called it Tampon Springs.
I assure you that the locals probably say the same thing.
Yep.
They
I was
were
mortified at the time.
On the joke.
I think my mom let that go on way too long before she's like, honey. It's fun for me.
Your parents get like real amused with something you're doing, and they just let you go.
Along those same lines, and I'm probably going to be testing the waters here as far as the censors. I think it was like the first generation Power Rangers. You had like no, it had to have been this Zeo, I guess. You had the White Ranger with the Falcon Zord. I was 5 years old telling my parents that it was the Zord, and these people who like did not let me watch like PG movies were laughing their ass off.
That sounds about right. You know, and you just let them go. Like I said, sometimes you just gotta. I've got a 6-year-old. I know who it is. Sometimes you just let it go. That's because it's great. I think y'all we should play some trivia. What do you think?
Let's play some trivia.
All right. So
Scary
the game
trivia.
is the movie ladder. So Claire, you know how the movie ladder works, correct?
Is that the sequel one?
No. So this is the one where what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off the cast list, and I'm going to start from the lower cast and work our way up. Because what happened was last time when we played, we didn't have a winner, so we got to come up with a winner this time. That's why we're doing a repeat this time.
Dang, that one's harder.
Wait,
is it? We'll see. I don't know. You never know. You never know. Look, we'll try it out.
Son of a biscuit.
So I'll just name some actors, and then as I name them, you all just jump in when you feel like you have it, and tell me the name of the movie. We ready, everybody?
Yeah, I think
sure.
So.
All right. Here's movie number 1. Daniel Riordan in this movie. Richard Mole is in this one.
Wait, how do you spell that?
Moll. Richard Mole. Yeah. Harvey Korman, also in this movie. Lorraine Newman in this movie. How many names are ringing a bell right now?
0.
0 names. How about this one? Jim Belushi. Do we know him?
We do know him.
Blues Brothers.
Well, the other guy, yeah. How about Jake Lloyd?
Okay, hold on a second.
Yes.
You said Jim Belushi.
Jim.
So the brother, like Mr.
Correct.
Destiny.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Not John Jim. What about Rita Wilson?
Neighbors.
Wilson. You said Neighbors?
Yeah.
It's not Neighbors. How about this one? Phil Hartman.
Oh.
Is in this movie.
House Guest.
Not House Guest. Sinbad is also in this movie.
Is it really? It's
Jingle
House
all the
Guest.
way.
That's correct.
It's House
And it was
Guest.
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle all the way.
The last name was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, Greg, did you have that one?
He
He's
said
not
he's not listening. He's full of
Continue.
crap. He didn't know.
Continue.
He would have
Continue.
said House
doing
Guest
that.
too.
I'm not listening. I'm looking at my photos.
He's working. Oh yeah, he's going over all the stuff from the weekend. So
I need to go. Oh,
right.
look at that.
1 point, Brandon. Everybody. Okay, let's do another one, shall we? All right. Lauren Tom is who we're starting with on this one. Then we're gonna go to Brett Kelly. Tony Cox is in this movie.
Oh, Bad Santa.
That is Bad Santa. Very good.
Yeah.
Dang.
Look at you, Brandon.
Are these all Christmas themed? I heard Jingle All the Way,
Maybe.
Bad Santa.
They could.
Ah.
They could be. They could
The
be.
next one
This is dropping after Thanksgiving, so which means the shopping season is
No.
upon us.
Here's my prediction. The next movie is going to be Sarah Plain and Tall.
Is there anything with like, Bean, Bunny, Fozzie Bear, Kermit, Michael Caine? I can guess that one.
I just start naming puppeteers, and everyone's like, "What? Who are these people?"
Wait, hold
These
on a
puppeteers.
second. We were talking about the opposite of me earlier. I think Tony Cox is the opposite of me.
That you know what? That's wow. That's actually pretty accurate.
Who is Tony Cox?
Tony Cox is
He's the
oh,
guy. He's
from,
he played the elf. Correct.
Yes.
Okay,
he's a little person.
That's right. I knew
He's
that.
never been in a trash can.
He was the biological father in Me, Myself, and Irene, right?
Possibly.
Oh gosh, I think something along those lines. Yeah, that sounds right.
What's that the
Something
name
along
of that
those
movie
lines.
with those? He had the three really funny boys.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey.
I think you're talking about Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Brandon also made a wrestling reference just a second ago when he said the trash can thing. It's Dusty Rhodes. Just Google Dusty Rhodes trash can promo.
Rest in peace.
I can't rest in peace, Dusty Rhodes. I can't go into details on the show. Let's just say early TNA wrestling was wild.
Unhinged.
Unhinged. All right, let's
Take
do
your
another
word.
one, shall we? Y'all ready for this one?
I think so.
All right, check this out. We are going to start off with Stephen Wright.
Okay.
Oh,
Is this a Christmas movie?
It could be. It very well could be.
I love Stephen Wright.
I love Stephen Wright too. Gary Shandling is in this movie. Rest in peace. Henry Brown. Jolie Fisher in this one. Also, Jon Stewart is in this movie. Parker Posey is in this one.
Love her. No idea what this is still.
Also, Rita Wilson's in this movie. Listen to this cast. This is insane. The cast of this movie is bonkers. Liev Schreiber is in this movie too.
Oh, I know it. It's don't tell me. Mixed Nuts.
It is Mixed Nuts. Very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have never heard of Mixed
Oh,
Nuts.
dude. Okay,
It's
listen to the
hilarious.
rest of this cast, Brendan.
Is
Listen
it
to the rest of
also
this cast for me.
Christmas? Is it
Yes.
also Christmas?
It is also Christmas. Check this out. Listen to the rest of this cast. After Liev Schreiber is Adam Sandler, Rob Reiner, Juliette Lewis is in this movie,
Damn.
Robert Klein, Madeline Kahn, and the lead is Steve Martin.
How have I
Jesus.
never?
Yeah,
It is it is so
it's good.
so good. Madeline Kahn is so hilarious in it, and they're all hilarious. But
Okay,
they work at like a suicide hotline.
Yeah.
Great premise. That's all I need.
Yeah, they work at a suicide hotline place, and Juliette Lewis is like one of their friends who's like always like going through trouble with her boyfriend, and then there's a strangler on the loose, so everybody's scared to it's hilarious.
Hilarious.
Yeah. And it's
Liv
like
Schreiber's,
this is the next Hallows family night movie.
we should we're gonna watch it for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yes,
I like that.
That's what we're doing
tomorrow.
And
yes,
it's before like Adam Sandler blew up too. It's like a very, very, very young Adam Sandler.
Yeah, because you remember Liv Schreiber asked, he's like, because he said he wrote T-shirts for a living. He said, "Did you write Life's a Beach?" And he was like, "No, I didn't write that one."
Yeah.
So good.
I didn't say they were like, well-known T-shirts. I just write T-shirts.
My father-in-law is going to kick my ass. He's a big Steve Martin fan, and we're just not going to tell him that this podcast exists until like this is like way down on the levels. Like in the past podcasts, like a few more episodes before he realizes that I'm a disappointment. So
it's funny because it is a movie that doesn't really get a lot of attention. It came out in like '94. It's really good though. I really recommend it. It's funny.
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple more. So Brandon has 2. Moonbeam just scored 1 here. Okay, let's see what we got here. Ready? Jeremy Howard, Rance Howard, Rachel Winfrey, Mindy Sterling, Josh Ryan Evans, Clint Howard is in this movie. Molly Shannon is also in this movie.
Elf.
Not Elf.
Dang.
Bill Irwin in the movie. Jeffrey Tambor also. Taylor Momsen. And then top bill.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
It is How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yes.
Claire.
Yes.
One.
In for a point. Nicely done.
Nice.
Cool.
I got 1. Yay.
It took a minute to register, and by the time it registered, Claire already had it.
Yeah.
I know Taylor Momsen because of the Pretty Reckless, and it's so weird that she's Cindy Lou Who.
Yeah.
Who went the complete opposite direction. I love that for her.
I love that for her too. I love like at during Gossip Girl when she finally comes back for like that last episode or whatever. She's like looks like herself.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. It's really weird. It's funny to see, especially because, like I said, like especially this movie, going back and looking at where people fell, on like how they were billed versus where they are now. It's really funny.
Yeah, it was weird that Molly Shannon was in the middle of all that. Molly Shannon, I think, which I mean, she isn't these days, but I just think like around that time, like headliner.
Yeah, because that was like 2000, 99 or 2000, right?
Yeah, around that time, and she would have been coming off like her SNL tenure and
Superstar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and she had led a movie. Yeah, she was, the lead in Superstar. So I don't know. It's weird, but anyway. I got one more here. Let's see what happens. We might just end up with another tie, and then at that point in time, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Let's see how we do here. Starting off on this last movie, Angela Lansbury, Kenan Thompson, Pharrell Williams.
Whoa.
Rashida Jones. Claire the cat knows who it is.
Come on, Panda, tell me the answer.
Yeah.
She says, Bear.
Cameron Seeley and Benedict Cumberbatch.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the animated one.
Yes, it is.
Oh man.
Wait, really?
Yeah, good for you.
The Grinch was Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes. Good for you, man. I wouldn't have gotten that if I had the rest of my life to figure it out.
Like the CG one that came out a few years ago?
Yes.
The Illumination Studios one.
Oh, okay. I thought that like my life, my entire reality was about to be flipped, turned upside down.
The cat told me. She went, meow. I understand you. I speak cat.
All right, tell you what, we have a tie here between Claire and Brandon.
Oh, what the hell?
2-2.
That was unexpected.
I'm out of the game, bitches.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna throw one out here. I'm gonna see if
Grant, just real quick.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is from? Because I thought we gave you some homework last week.
You gave me homework last week? Oh, that's Gravity Falls. I know what that hat is. Yeah. I didn't watch it.
You've had so much time to watch it between Sunday and now.
Yeah, you're right. I have. No, I'm familiar enough with it because again, like I said, I've watched when you write trivia for like 15 years, you kind of get, accustomed to all things pop culture. So
Right.
but I am gonna watch it. Trust.
All right, well, I'm out while y'all's tiebreaker.
All right, you're gonna take a break.
Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna take.
I'm just
I'm
gonna
gonna watch you guys.
sip your beverage there. What is that? What is that?
Coffee.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I should have known.
House coffee.
Okay. All right, so Doug Jones is in this movie.
And it's Christmas.
I don't know. It could be Christmas movie.
Why?
Pat Hingle. Let's see who else is in this movie. Michael Murphy.
Krampus.
What's that?
Wait, Michael who?
Krampus. I don't know.
It's not. It's not that. Michael Murphy.
I don't know. Michael Murphy.
Michael Goff is in this movie. Christopher Walken also in the film.
Oh.
Michelle Pfeiffer is in this one too.
Batman Returns.
Yes, it is Batman Returns.
Damn.
Good for you, Claire.
Yay!
Yes. We've talked about him being thin clown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason I said Krampus, I was like, what has a monster thingy with a dude in a suit, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know those first few names. I'm like, monster thingy. Christopher Walken was, I was like, yes.
Yeah, what's funny about that? Yeah, because like we said on after Birmingham, Doug had said, I was credited as thin clown in that movie, which is appropriate because that's what I am, a thin clown. So anyway, I had this past time during his panel as we were wrapping it up, and I've heard him say this before. He's like, I don't want to. I'm trying to like get out of doing as many of these things where I have prosthetics on my face and I'm in these suits and everything else. And he said, I just want to be like a dad in a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
And he said, or
not?
maybe a half-burned vampire. And then so he followed that up by saying, yes, as long as they're doing what we do in the shadows, I will be back on that show. So,
Awesome.
Yes.
That was very, very exciting. Look, y'all, I think we got the whole thing wrapped up here. Look, we wrapped up a little bit of Preserve Halloween Fest, which was amazing. If y'all missed it, definitely check us all out on the grams. You can check out me, Grant L. Fletcher, Preserve Halloween Fest. Claire, tell us all your handles and things like that, and what you got going on and where you're going to be.
So really, I just use Instagram. I have the Twitter and all the other things, but everything is Claire Deadfield. Twitter's hard. TikTok's hard. So I just do Instagram. What I got going is hopefully sleeping at some point in my life. Yeah. It's a pretty chill time. Do have a photo shoot tomorrow, so I'll actually have Reels content again.
Nice.
Finally.
Hell yeah.
Something new and different.
So since this will be airing in advance, can you give us a sneak hint?
Oh, I'll just tell you because I kind of talked to you a little bit before. It's Perfect Blue.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, because you said you didn't see Perfect Blue or you didn't see Black Swan.
I have not seen Black Swan. I have seen Perfect Blue. Perfect Blue is one of the most horrifying films I've ever seen in my life.
Yes. It's
one of those that, I think a lot of people who I still feel like there are people to this day who are like, oh, anime, it's not my thing. Watch Perfect Blue. It's everybody's thing, and it will mess with parts of your head that you did not know that could be messed with.
I'd like to describe it as American Psycho meets Hannah Montana.
Yes.
Okay.
Or Black Swan. Either way, but
yeah,
I like American Psycho Hannah Montana better. It's more fun.
I like that.
That's awesome. Cool.
We were saying before that you put out you put out a good amount of content. Like you take it.
I am so tired, man.
I bet you are.
Yeah, y'all need to check her out on Instagram if you haven't already. It's Humbl3 Fam.
Please do, yeah.
Get on the boat, man. It's really cool, man. And Claire, I just want to say thanks so much for just spending some time with us here tonight. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for spending some time with us here at the Preserve Halloween Fest as well. And
anytime.
It was really cool. It's really cool to have you there. And we had, like I said, so many awesome cosplay judges. I mean, we work with a lot of really, really, really great cosplayers, and I think that's really cool. I think it's really a really cool thing that we've been blessed, I guess you could say, in that department. So it's real dope. So thanks for hanging out with us here, Moonbeam. You got a thought before we close it out?
I do. Did anybody besides me and Claire, I think you had already gone, Brandon. Were you there, Grant, when Carley from Strangecat sang?
Dear God, no one should be allowed to be that damn talented. It's not fair to the rest of us.
I don't think I was.
She sang
beautiful.
She sings
Love Never Dies from
it's
the Phantom sequel. Yeah,
Love Never Dies, the Phantom of the Opera sequel. And let me tell you something. It was amazing. And I even told I went up to Carley the day after, and I was like, "Oh, so you got the pipes? You can sing?" And there was the whole like, "Oh, shucks, darn."
Wow.
So modest. She was all like, "I'm rusty." I'm like, No, you're fine.
You know,
you.
I like to think that I can carry a tune, okay, but I can't carry a tune like that. That ain't the same.
No, I
thing.
told her she had some explaining to do.
Yeah,
I thought I could carry it soon, and then I did karaoke. They need to turn up the reverb. I think that's what they need to do. You know what? I did my first song. It was great, and then I did my duet with the love of my life. So there we go.
There we go.
Next year, I'm just gonna do karaoke for the cha-cha slide. I'll be like, hop once this time.
Easy.
Just leave them all right until they're out the door.
Yeah.
Go right with it. Right one more time. Jump right one more time. Yeah.
That is my skill set.
A little further now. And then you just close the door. Yeah. Well, Humbl3 Fam, if y'all have not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button, leave us a like, leave us a comment, follow us on all our socials at Humbl Show, HUMBL3 Humbl Show. Thanks again to Claire Deadfield for coming on and spending some time with us here. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Humbl Show. But until then, y'all stay humble. Woo!